All information in this video was gathered through an anonymous research survey. This video goes out to all of the people who are treated like children, yet expected to act like adults. When you think of teenagers, for most, the first idea that comes to mind is a rebellious transitioning child, a beautiful flower mid-bloom that's learning more about themselves, the world, and life in general each and every day. But there's always a chapter that isn't read out loud. Everyone knows the pristine gold lining about what it's like to be a teenager these days. They remember how life was for them back in the day. This video is for the sole purpose of opening viewers' eyes to the hidden side of reality for today's teenagers. We all remember years ago when the only thing we'd worry about was which shade of yellow the sun was going to be in our small sketched interpretation of the world. Little did we know that the older we got, these black lines of pen would start to recreate along the edges of our brittle hearts, carving themselves into our mind and sucking the color out of our world. Questions about anything and everything would soon flood our minds, creating a new perception of our society. Thoughts would come to life, even in the darkest ways. Somewhere along our childhood, something would change. The transition between childhood and adulthood tends to be the most difficult of them all. For in these seemingly endless years, the mind is at its prime. As the years go by, it becomes harder to appreciate the world around you. Walls seem to be closing in from all around, from friends, family, school, and society. Life becomes harder. You start to look at yourself and think, am I good enough? The opinions of others start to take over your own. Fail to please, and you might end up alone. And for that torn up soul that you see in the mirror, for every shadow-lined crevice that no one else would notice, there's more than meets the eye. A deeper realm lies behind those closed doors, where success is measured in numbers, where the pressure of acceptance comes from all angles. Stress becomes the norm, to which you become more naive. You begin to consider your options. Do you give in, or do you stay strong? A healthy balance is good, they say, but how do you make time to get straight A's, perform to your best ability in ballet, eat to your heart's desire at the buffet, and watch how much you weigh? Majority lose interest by simply thinking of how much effort it takes to stay healthy. Little do they know keeping fit is but a matter of tiny decisions you make. Few are lucky to be aware of this. Some of us have every bit of our life planned out. Most of us don't even know what we're going to do tomorrow. With the media blurring our perception and too many voices clouding or even altering our vision, we don't know what to believe anymore. Have you seen a party these days? We never fail to end up on our phones. Entertainment has become containment. Socialization has become social media. Friends have been decided based on profiles. We're losing our ability to communicate face to face. But don't worry, we know how to update our lives on Facebook. We know how to send our selfies on Snapchat. We know how to voice our thoughts on Twitter instead of saying them in person, perhaps on the roof of a car at 2 a.m. or in our backyard at 5 p.m. All hope's not lost, but it's getting close. With all of these newfound ways to express ourselves, the chance of someone having two sides to them grows at a dangerous rate. Some learn to trust others, some learn to break others, both nonetheless with reckless abandon. For many reasons, school has become a little society of its own. Somehow, your friends tend to depend on which classes you have and how many friends you have. Somewhere down the road, popularity overcame sincerity. Acceptance obscured perception. All of this competition we face, in high school especially, is it really worth it? Is financial stability the objective of our lives? Why are we told to be well-rounded when the successful few seem to excel in a specific field? Is there a method to this madness? And what if we stop to reconsider our choices and our life's purpose? Everyone's true emotions are hidden behind their painted over, locked, feeble minds. Teenagers would rather harm themselves than risk harming others. Saying nothing is more common than saying anything at all. But despite all our aspirations, all our flaws, all our feelings, all of the things that others simply won't understand, our true selves will always shine through. We all have something in common. We're teenagers. We make mistakes. We're still learning. We're tomorrow's flowers, mid-bloom. All of the thoughts, memories, laughs, bonds, emotions that we share make us us. And for now, the world is ours.